What's up, family? Y'all hear son in the back. He's giving y'all a shout out. But let me make one thing clear. Children are a blessing. I mean, that's an understatement. Children truly are a blessing. They are rewards from our God. And when it comes to my son, I couldn't have asked for a better son. I'm talking about he's very well behaved, very much so in order. But you know, there's these little things that he do that are my pet peeves. You know, like we have I'm sure our fathers agree with a lot of the things we do, and we're not even aware of it. That's why we got to always be praying for more understanding, so that we can live a life that's pleasing to Him. But it reminds me, you know, my son, he can be very outspoken and bold, and I know that he gets that from me because he sees me be very outspoken and bold and speak with authority. So he gets that from me, and sometimes he can be timid and very bashful and shy, and that's more so operating in the spirit of my wife. You know, my wife is a very, very, very meek woman. So I remember the other day, well, not the other day, it was a few weeks ago. So you remember when Mason came over? He has a little friend named Mason, and they were sitting at the kitchen table. I had fixed them a snack. I think I had fixed them like some grapes or some crackers and stuff like that. They were sitting down eating their food, and I was just basically like standing over them, talking to them, you know, make sure everything was good and copacetic while my wife and Mason's mother, they talked in the living room. So we're sitting there talking and whatnot, and Mason did something. I asked for something, and I said, all right, I said, no problem, son, I got you. You know, it just rolled off my tongue because I call son all the time. I always say son. I don't even use his name, so he might start thinking his name is son. But you know, I called his little best friend who was my son's age. I said, yeah, I got you, son, I got you. And my son, you know, as he was eating this snack, just stopped midway. Said, no, daddy. What you call him? You call him your son? I said, yeah, son. He said, but Mason not your son. I'm your son. I said, well, son, you know, it's like, although I know he has a father, so on and so forth, like I show him love. I feel accountable for him. Like, he's your friend, so I have a love for him. You know, me and him connected as well. So when I say son, it's just a term. It don't mean that I'm replacing you, son. And he goes on to say, my son, he just pauses for a minute, just taking it all in. And he repeats himself, says, yeah, daddy, but he ain't your son, though. Don't call him son. His name is Mason. And I'm telling you, I couldn't do that. I'm talking about my wife and Mason's mother. They heard it from the living room. They cracking up. I'm cracking up. It was just hilarious. And Mason the whole time, just like y'all see that meme with Kermit the Frog sipping his tea, Mason the whole time, you know, seeing how my son was reacting and getting on my case about it, Mason the whole time he's just eating his grapes, just gonna eat my grapes. I mean, it was hilarious, y'all. But children are wonderful, and I'm telling you, as the scriptures say, grandchildren are the crown of the old men, and fathers are the glory of their children. Oftentimes, and not saying children don't love their mothers, and mothers don't hold a special high place in their heart. Of course, mothers do. That's obvious. But one thing about children, one thing you notice, even when I was a kid, I remember we as children, especially as little boys, you don't boast about certain things that your mom may do. More so as young boys, young men, you always heard little boys boasting about their dads. And especially as a young black man whose father wasn't present, it made me feel some type of way. It made me feel left out. But at the end of the day, little boys would always boast about their daddies. I bet my daddy's stronger than yours. Your daddy ain't as tall as my daddy. Oh, your daddy, oh, he can't do this. Your daddy can't do that. Always comparing the father. So, you know, when the father is deprived of his child, or a father leaves his children, the children become so much more broken because the glory has departed from that house. Once again, a father is their children's glory. You see, look. Oh, you ready to cut it off, son? Go ahead. Tell people we'll talk to them later.